Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a doozy of a video. I am doing my favorites of 2019, but I feel like it's an especially big deal because I don't think I did a single favorites video through the month of 2019, so I just haven't really been keeping up to date on products. I just want to make sure you know everything. A lot of these are still things that I'm using and you will continue to see in my videos. I am a little bit more of a creature of habit than I used to be. I do work for Integrity Botanicals, so I do always get the great opportunity to try so many wonderful products, but I'm busy, so I like to know what looks good, what's reliable, and I want to feel good in everything that I'm wearing. So let's start with skincare. Skincare I'm keeping really brief. This is more, I have a lot of old favorites. I still love May Lynch from the Honey Mud. I still love the Josh Rosebrook Active Enzyme Exfoliator. I've tried so many different cleansers I wouldn't even say I have a particular favorite. But these are products that are, I think, completely new to you all unless you follow me over on Integrity Botanicals, and that I've really noticed made a big difference in my skin. All right, so first up, my probably favorite product of the video, I discovered the AYUNA, the facial this year. So it comes in two different formulations. This is the low, and then there is also the high. This has a 20% like whatever ratio of the AHAs and BHAs inside of here, and then this one has a 30%. So they recommend starting at the low, working your way up to the high. I do notice amazing results with the both of them. I almost wish that it came with a smaller one of these and then this and like a set, because you do have to complete this before you decide I'm ready to move on to the high bottle, and I found that I was ready to move on to the high a little bit before I ran out of this. However, these are formulated with raspberry vinegar. They do also have glutamic acid, a bunch of other different acids inside here as well. Their main MO is to help with the skin texture, minimize pores. In turn, this can all help with acne as well. So my biggest skin concern is texture on the skin, specifically in this area right here. I do also sometimes get it on this lower area, and it can just make all my makeup look like makeup, and I just don't like it. It's just unsightly, sometimes even red. This helps reduce it significantly, and it is, though it is very effective and you're noticing the results, it is safe enough to use every single day of the week. So I dig that about that product as well. Really quickly, this one, I mean, like, I think I have maybe one more use of this. This is the Aster and Bay AVO Serum. This is formulated with frankincense, avocado, green coffee bean oil. I just noticed I really like a very, very rich product underneath the eye, even before I go in with makeup as well. I think the FITGLOW Conceal Plus layers really nicely on top of this, and that is my go-to everyday concealer. It just makes my eyes feel really hydrated. Dark circles are kind of funny for me because I only really notice them very prominently on occasion, so I think it's more of a sleep schedule thing rather than a condition, you know what I mean? But I do love this. I love the way it makes my under eyes feel, and Aster and Bay, I just love them as a line. I also tried their little hemp cleansing oil, and I really enjoyed that as well. Favorite facial oil of the year, I only have a little mini size because I used up the complete full bottle, and I do need to purchase another. It is just expensive, and that is the Agent NATEUR Holy Oil Ageless Face Serum. I am in love with this facial oil. I think nothing makes my skin feel as soft and supple as this does. The texture of it also works beautifully with makeup, and it layers on top of everything like a dream. It's like, what more can you really ask for out of a facial oil? This is one that I always go back to. When I try to use other things, I'm just like, it's good, but it's not as good. Ones that I did enjoy in the intermittents that I did completely use up, and I don't have the bottles, but I wanted to quickly share them with you as well. I do love the Demamiel seasonal facial oils. Last year I used up the entire spring facial oil and the autumn, and I enjoyed both very much. I think the spring was my special favorite, and that's coming back, so I believe the formulations stay the same seasonally, so I really enjoy that as well, and that is one I will be picking up when it's back. I can't repurchase it until then. All right, that's my little skincare bit. Of course, there are more products that I enjoy, but these are ones that really, really, really stood out to me that I wanted to share with you all. I've been trying a ton of skincare, so I will make sure to do a little bit more of a roundup review once I play with that stuff a little bit more. So foundation. There's gonna be no secret to you all, I think, even with the very major absence on my channel. The RMS UNCOVERUP Cream Foundation was the discovery of the year. This is my every single day foundation. Nothing else quite like it. I do like it even more than the KJAER WEIS. While we're here, KJAER WEIS, I did want to include in the lineup as well because before this foundation launched, I think this launched in September, October, maybe, and half of the year for sure. I was all over the KJAER WEIS foundation, and these both are fantastic. I do realize that I actually like a cream consistency on my skin. They're really, really buildable foundations that give that perfect medium. You can definitely take it full coverage, but it always looks like your skin, and I think it's because the high oil content in the both of these, especially when you have more dry, dehydrated skin. And what else I like about the RMS foundation specifically is that when it does start to wear away off the skin, it fades very evenly. Sometimes the KJAER WEIS would break up on my chin pretty badly, and that's an area where I produce a lot of oil. So little things like that make a difference. It's not a deal breaker for me by any means, but the RMS has just moved its way to the very top. I did also want to mention a foundation. I mentioned last year at some point that I was going to be including some more cruelty-free products into my lineup, not just necessarily all natural. I still use 99.8% natural products. There's just some more fun things that I wanted to try, but always making sure that those products are cruelty-free. One of which is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation. I needed something a little bit more substantial to wear to my job because it was the summertime. I work outside in a restaurant. It is just like gnarly. Like your foundation breaks up. Your makeup looks like you have been through it by the end of the day. And this foundation from Flower is not only incredibly cost effective, but I think the coverage on it is beautiful. It does have an SPF of 18 in there as well, which I thought was a nice added bonus because I always apply SPF, but I am often in the sun. And I just really like the more natural, radiant finish that this foundation gave. And I used the crap out of it this year, so I wanted to make sure that I shared it all with you in case those of you are not exclusive Green Beauty users. Maybe you would like to try something that you can pick up at the drugstore, is very readily accessible, and by Drew Barrymore, which who doesn't love Drew? Concealers, again, I'm going to be very brief with this because I didn't have a new concealer discovery of the year. I did use two old favorites, first of which is the FITGLOW Beauty Conceal Plus. This is my more full coverage option. It doesn't sit in any of the fine lines or wrinkles. You have a decent amount of shades here. It could definitely be using a little bit more. I use the shade C3. What I realized also, 2019 was the year of the I don't use a brighter concealer underneath my eyes. I like it all to kind of look the same, very much evened out and very, very natural. I like a very natural skin look. This does just that, but gives you all the coverage you need as well. When you touch the consistency of it for the first time, it is a little bit of a thicker, moussey texture, and you would kind of almost get worried that it's not going to sit nicely under the eyes, but you just need a little bit, blend it out with a sponge, and it looks beautiful. Then I did want to give a quick little shout out to the Glossier Stretch Concealer. This concealer gives, again, a really nice radiant finish underneath the eyes. It looks incredibly natural. It doesn't cover a ton, but what I liked doing for a really long time was applying a little layer of the Glossier Stretch and then going in with the FITGLOW concealer where I needed a little bit more coverage. I use this in the shade Light, and you guys know I really love Glossier. That is one of the brands that is cruelty-free and not all natural that I do choose to use because their line just really, really, really makes me excited, and makeup is about fun for me, not about being, you know, a makeup artist or a fucking, you know, world advocate. Anyway, moving right along. Powder of the year, I still live, breathe, and die for the 100% pure bamboo blur powder. I used it up entirely. I will say worth the $41. I think mine lasted an entire year. Like, I think, and that was with incredibly regular use. Not quite every day, but damn near close to every day. Let's quickly move along to brows. That's all I have to say on that matter. It's a bamboo silica powder. Gives a really, again, natural finish under the eyes. It doesn't emphasize any of the fine lines or wrinkles. That is my criteria with foundation and powder. I've realized I've become increasingly more picky, and I think that's why if I find something I like, I'm cool using that because concealer is tricky. So brows, I have 3 brow products to share with you, one of which is the ALIMA Pure Brow Pencil. This is their natural definition brow pencil. I use the shade Raven. This is a very, very, very easy to use pencil because it is incredibly pigmented with very light touch. It is a softer pencil, so you can go through it a little bit more quickly, but because it's so soft and applies pigment so easily, you just use the lightest little strokes and it has a powdery finish that makes it, again, look incredibly natural. Natural brows are also something that I am all about. I don't like hard lines on the eyebrows. I have really, really burly brows, so I'm trying to navigate I want to give them a little bit of shape without overemphasizing how crazy they are. It's that vibe. Then Plume also came out with their, I don't even know what this is called. What is the name? Oh, Nourish and Define Brow Pencil, of course, because all of their products do have castor seed oil in them, which helps any sort of brow growth. They do also lash growth products as well. But anyway, I really love this pencil. I didn't want to love it as much as I do, but I so do. The only thing I will say is that the product runs out quickly, but it does work on a refill system. So you buy this one pencil for $24, has a great spoolie on one end, really nice fine little tip on the other. Very much like competing with what conventional brow products are doing these days. I think the spoolie is fantastic. It is in all the same shades as the pomade, and it is so much more natural than the pomade. I don't think I even touched the pomade this year. It was just not really my thing. I like a much more natural brow look these days, and this allows me to get that definition that I'm looking for. And then when I want a little bit more, I will go in with the next product, which is this is the 100% pure green tea brow fibers in medium brown. So you know I use Glossier Boy Brow for a long time. That is still a more cost-effective option that I enjoy a lot. However, if you're looking for something more natural, this is great. 100% pure has some of the best ingredients on the market as well. You can just really trust them as a whole. And I do just like to apply this to the front of my brows to give them a little bit of color and a little bit of hold. It is not bulletproof all day super glue hold, but it will definitely give the brows a little bit of shape. The only thing to be mindful of is sometimes some of the additional product can collect here on the top, so you don't want to get that on your face. Otherwise, you are working on the correcting process, which is not quite as fun. Face makeup. Bronzers. I have 2 bronzer loves of the year. Well, people unfortunately stopped carrying on Integrity Botanicals, so I did stop using this a little bit less, only because I like to make sure that I'm wearing things on camera that you all can purchase and, you know, all of that when I'm over on Integrity Botanicals. But I do love this bronzer very much, and I did love it very much, so I want to make sure to share it with you all, although you do need to find other means of getting it. This is their Bio Baked Bronzer. This is the pressed version. Really nice warm colorway that looks great on a light to medium skin tone, and since it is baked, it has a nice radiance to the product because baked products are creams in a terracotta pan that are then baked, and so they kind of keep all the cream properties while behaving like a powder. I always love baked products so much, and that is no exception. Next up, Vapour 2.0 launched at the end half of last year as well, and I was just blown away by this bronzer. This is their bronzing powder in Eclipse. This does have a little bit of a shine to it, so it doesn't appear very flat on the skin, which I appreciate a lot, but it's just a really great, warm, rich color. Again, great for a light, medium skin tone. This is the only colorway that this one unfortunately comes in, so if you're any deeper, this will not be the product for you, but I think Vapour might, well, people might have another shade. If not, the formulations on both of these is just really great, and we're happy discoveries of the year. Moving right along to a natural highlight. A cream highlight that I was all over for a really long time, I just could not get my paws off it, was the FITGLOW LUMI Firm. This is the OG. Really beautiful natural champagne shade. Again, works really well on my skin tone. They have since launched so many products in this lineup, to blushes, to bronzers, to other highlight shades as well. It's just a really great line that has skincare properties that help firm the skin, boost collagen production, all that good stuff, and then also perform like beautiful makeup. So this is one of them. I usually just use my nail to take out a little bit, warm it up on the back of my hand, tap it on the cheekbones, and it just looks beautiful. I am in love with the LUMI Firm line. Now blush. Hoo-wee! Let's get into blush. Let's quickly start with powder, and let's start with a repeat performance. KOSAS, might be the brand of the year for me. I am in love with their products. Everything that new that has launched, I am obsessed with. I don't think it's a secret to any of you. If you see on Instagram when I post what I'm wearing, and these, I posted, this is all I wore in 2019 and 2018, I believe, is when I mentioned these as well. I like the cream blushes as well, but my go-tos are the powders just because I do need that longevity out of them. This year, Longitude Zero was my color. Last year, I believe it was Papaya, 1978, and then right before that I was all over Contra Chroma, but it's a really good pink, a really good peach, and a really good warm beige nude. These are all the blushes that you need. This is honestly what I use almost exclusively. Obviously I have a few more to share with you here today, but those are my blushes. They're beautiful. You do also get a bonus highlight in here. The highlight's really natural, so if you don't mind that look, that's great. I think it's really pretty. I just often want a little something more. But sometimes I will mix the two to get a little bit more radiant finish on the blush as well. Love it, love it, love it. Discovery of the year for me, I used and abused this blush once upon a time. It looks like it has been through it. It is a loose blush, so I know it's not the most desirable, but the formula and shade is so nice. This is the Satin Matte Blush from ALIMA Pure, and it's just in the shade pink. Really great pink shade. What I loved about this is that it wasn't too baby pink. It actually gave a lot of life to the cheeks, and I think that these more cool tone pink shades can often do that to the skin, which is why I think I'm becoming more of a pink blush person. I wasn't always. I was more like the KOSAS Contra Chroma beigey warm nude type shades, but now I'm all over the pink blush train, and that one is beautiful. And despite being a loose product, you might think it wouldn't disperse that evenly on the skin or give that beautiful of a blend. None of that is true. It does all of it and then some. Cream blushes. My favorite cream blushes are the 100% pure. I don't even know what the name of them is. The lip and cheek colors. I wouldn't use them on my lips. I really prefer them on the cheeks. And my two favorite shades are the shade Cocoa Berry. I've talked about this shade since the dawn of time. This is just a really great warm peach shade that looks good with everything. It looks like you've been out in the sun. It is the most healthy, natural, beautiful color. And I know the name Cocoa Berry, you're kind of like, that doesn't sound like a cute blush name, but it is, trust me. And then we also have Sugar Plum. I really like Sugar Plum because Sugar Plum's a bit of a darker pink and can give you that kind of I've just been in the snow type of broken capillary almost cheek look, which I think actually looks like you're flushed and healthy. So I really enjoy those two shades. But any one that you choose, the formulation on those is really beautiful, blends like a dream, and really, really, really easy to reapply despite being a very pigmented product. So that is all my cheek favorites. Let's move quickly on to eyes. Eyes, I'm a creature of habit with the eyes. I like warm shades, all of that. So let's just discuss what I loved. First and foremost, I did a full video on this palette, so I will link that down below. This is my little custom palette that has red apple lipstick shades in here. Hint Beauty, we got a bunch of Sappho in here as well. I love every single one of these shades. You can see that they are used and abused. This is what I used on my eyes today for the most part. I did experiment with some new products as well, but these are the shades. I'm not going to talk about them too much. I did a whole video. Just know I'm still obsessed with my custom palette, and it's almost time to repurchase some of those brow bone shades that I adore. I think this was a new addition as well because I do believe that this just launched on Integrity Botanicals. This palette's been around, but it was my first time trying it this year. This is the Rose Gold palette from 100% Pure. Now the blush and highlight don't do a ton for me. I love them, but these three eyeshadows here are speaking my language. Warm, bronzy golds that are perfection. I actually really like to apply this with my finger. I use the shade Glimmer so often. This is the more rose gold shade here on the end. But anytime I didn't know what to wear, I always put these on, and I was always complimented when I put this on as well. Really nice even pigment that aren't overly metallic, but do give you a little bit of, you know, a dynamic eye look, which I like as well. Then we have the AETHER Beauty palettes. AETHER Beauty launched this year. I really like their Rose Quartz palette. It's not my go-to like the Summer Solstice, which unfortunately is not available anymore, but I am going to briefly touch on that. Love the sustainable packaging of these. They close with these little bands as opposed to magnets, which is genius. And this is the Rose Quartz palette. This one is still available. It is beautiful. You get some really cool metallic shades here in the center that I've enjoyed playing with this year. Done review videos on these on Integrity Botanicals, so I will link those for you down below if you're curious. This one's just a little bit more on the cool tone side, so you know that's not always my favorite. But I did quickly want to mention, for those of you who did snag this product in 2019, the Summer Solstice palette had my heart. This is just the most beautiful palette ever. I am in love with it. I can't wait to see what else they release in the new year. I know that they did also come out with a purple palette. I would be curious to try because, you know, of all the colors to play with, purple I think is the most approachable. So that is something that I will consider reviewing in the future as well. Something else that I just used and abused this year, and that when I pulled back out, I was like, oh my god, duh, I can't believe I forgot about how much I love this product. This is the HYNT Beauty Sweet Sahara Trio. It's a trio, but there are 6 shadows in here. I just really like the lineup. I love the dark brown and the black for definition. These 2 pops of color are really fun. I used the crap out of that coral shade, a great brow bone shade, and a really beautiful, more mauve tone transition. I really like this palette. I think they did a really nice job with the consistency on formulation amongst these shadows as well. And then of course I really like the innovative split pan idea for the most part. When they're a little bit more symmetrical, you have plenty of room to get your brush in there and do your thing. And finally, I was waiting for this. I was so excited for this. I knew I was gonna love it the way I do. This is the Cellophane Eye Tint from GRESSA. So this is just a frosty, pinky, glittery color. I love using this on this portion of my eye here. I'll even tap a little on right now. I love using this as a topper shadow to add a little bit of glitter because it does have the most beautiful adult glitter, if you will, because it's very fine and subdued. You could definitely build it up, but I always like doing a little touch of this, especially when I have a simple eye look, and it really will take it to the next level. If you apply it with a dense synthetic brush, you can build up more of that pink tone that you see there in the pan, and it can make a really beautiful lid shade. You know how I like to kind of cancel out that first part here and keep all the definition in the outer corner. Sort of what I have on today, but sometimes even more defined. You could definitely use this product for that as well, which I love. Okay, sorry if the lighting and the angle is a little different. I had to give my camera a bit of a breather from the filming. But oh, I quickly, this is where I wanted to start back. I forgot to mention in the blush category, the GRESSA Lumiere Complexion Fluids. I love these. I love the highlighter in Mila. I also use that to death. That is this beautiful golden silvery tone. I don't really use the shade Evo, which is a more plummy brown, but I love the shade Elise. I have Elise on today on my cheeks, and they're just like watercolors for your face. They are so beautiful, and I enjoyed those very much this year. Quickly finishing up the eyes. The eyes, I always have to mention the Antonym liner in brown. I love brown eyeliner because I like to do what I have on today. I did not use this eyeliner, but same thing. I'll just take it right there and I'll smudge it out. I won't smudge it out. I'll make a wing. I won't make a wing. I'll put it in the waterline. It just depends on what the mood is, but I always have to have a brown eyeliner in my life. For price, richness, color, formulation, wear time, the whole shebang, Antonym is the best I found. 19 bucks, worth every penny. Mascaras. This was the mascara duo of the year. FITGLOW Beauty Vita Active. It's not Vita Active. It's, maybe it is. I don't know why I can't not remember the name of this mascara, so we're just gonna call it the FITGLOW Beauty Mascara. Is amazing. It has this really nice tapered wand, so it's nice and full there to coat the lashes, and then it does taper at the very bottom to get your little bottom lashes, or in the inner corner here. It's fantastic for that. But then I do like to go in and separate the lashes with the Honest Beauty mascara. This was a really nice find, actually. There is a primer on the end. I don't often use that, but I really like the more plastic, very thin brush on this end. So this is great for separating the lashes up top after I've done a shitload of that, and or to also go on the bottom lashes as well. Both wear beautifully and make the lashes look amazing. I get a lot of comments from you guys when I am wearing that little duo right there. Now let's finish off with lips. This year was the year I realized I don't know if I fuck with lipstick anymore. Like full on lipstick. And I don't mean ever, I just mean as an everyday thing. Like I remember when lipstick, like if I didn't have lipstick on, I felt naked. Now I'm just like a little gloss. We're ready. So I found a lot of good stuff to share with you guys, and I do want to do a full dedicated video to my favorite more sheer gloss lip products, but we're gonna start right here. KOSAS came out with their KOSAS Sport little line, which I thought was kind of cute. But they came out with these lip fuels, because you all know, really active, very athletic, and a future Olympian is exactly what I am. So I had to get my hands on this. Anyway, I am obsessed with the lip fuels, specifically in the shade Pulse. This is what I have on my lips 99% of the time. It's easy, it's comfortable, it does everything that I want it to do. The color is perfection. I can't get over this beautiful, warm pink color for the lips. It looks good with everything. It gives you the perfect amount of color that you need, whether you have as much makeup as I have on today or significantly less. I have on one of the glosses today, so I'm not gonna throw this on, but just trust me. And I know that they're carrying KOSAS at a lot of Sephora's now, so if you want that instant gratification, there she is. Speaking of KOSAS, they did also release these products, which completely stole my heart. Posted about them a bunch on Instagram. Don't think I've ever talked about them in a video, however. This is their wet lip oils. Oh my god, I am in love with them. The shade I have on today, I have a little bit of fruit juice, but I've blended it into the lips. They have a really beautiful, more pale pink color in Malibu, the best, more warm nude shade in Dip. We have a beautiful red in Jaws, a clear one in Jellyfish. These are the best. I freak out over these. When I first got these, I didn't even know they were coming out. I just got like a package at my door, and I was like, no way. I love them. Shared them a bunch on no makeup days. I love the clear one. What's so nice about these is they have that cushion that I like. That's kind of like the FITGLOW lip color serums. Not sticky in the slightest. Really light, like vanilla cake, not vanilla, lemon cake scent. And they just have like the most beautiful high shine finish. The colors like could not be any more perfect. Like, come on, just ate a popsicle in the middle of July. Like, I'm gonna stop talking about them because that's enough, I think. But if you're a gloss person, try one. I think the most popular shade is probably Dip, because it's just good every day, a little bit darker than your natural lip color depending on how fair your lips are, but just good stuff. So since I brought up the FITGLOW lip color serums, I had to mention them. So I love them always, but they did come out with the shade Cherry this year, and I'm kind of on this bandwagon. Cherry is a little bit in this vein, a little bit less intense, but it's that beautiful, like just bitten red popsicle kind of stain color that I am in love with. The FITGLOW lip color serums are some of the best on the market. Skincare lip product in one. Again, an infinite amount of colors. I've done a video where I swatched a lot of them, but they are always continually coming out with new shades. But just keep your eyes on these if you have not yet tried one. They now offer these fabulous little mini kits of them where you get 3 different shades to try. And even if the shades aren't your favorite, I would say due to the more high price point of those items, that it would still be worth it to grab them and try them out for formula's sake, especially because it'll be the most true form in the little tube. One final lip gloss, the Air Perez Mango Lip Honeys. This is a really nice little last minute launch on the website. I can't believe how much I like all of these shades. I even like this one here in Pop. It doesn't appear like a milky, yucky pink on your lips. It gives you the most beautiful amount of color. I'm in love with it. Really nice nude and chilly. And then I also love the shade Crush. Crush is kind of in this vein again as well. And I've really been enjoying wearing colors like that, especially when I have a little bit less going on the eyes. Finally, definitely my favorite, not my favorite, one of my favorite discoveries of the year, the Rituel de Fille Enchanted Lip Sheers. I cannot get over them, and I don't even know how to describe them. They're like They're sheer as in they're thin in texture, but they're beautifully opaque and buildable, which I love. So like, for instance, I'll just show you with the shade Bloodroot. I called it Blood Rot, and I think that's an even cooler name. But this is Bloodroot, so you do one pass, and it's just that color right there, really nice sheer orange. And then when you build it up, it is this yummy, rich, especially when you're putting it on the lips, dark, rich orangey red tone, because on the bullet here you can see how red it looks. They're just beautiful, so comfortable to wear, and what I love about them is that they actually last a decent amount of time, which you would not expect from the name or from how they feel on the lips, because they have such nice slip to them. But they're not slidey, they just have a softness to the texture, if you guys know what I mean. But anyway, I think the shades in them are great. My favorites are Bloodroot, Whitehorn, Narcissus, and Datura, but I have done a video on every single one of these shades, so I will include that down below. It was on Integrity Botanicals IGTV. Speaking of IGTV, are you guys into those videos? What do you want to see from me on there? Because I've kind of been having a fun time making little IGTV videos as well. Anyway, that is it. Holy smokes. I mean, was that video long enough for you all? Was it? Because that was a doozy, but I did hope that you enjoyed it. I know most of it we've heard about before in some variation, because like I said, I am more of a creature of habit, but a lot of stuff that I haven't been able to talk about at length. You know, I'm trying to upload more this year. I have not been quite on my once a week uploading schedule, but I do have a really fun video coming for you. I don't know if it's next week, it may be the following week, but I will definitely do my best to get something up for you. I've been thrifting, finding a ton of good stuff, so if you'd like to see that, please give this video a big thumbs up. I am really going to take the time on this video to link everything that I mentioned, from helpful videos to direct product links, so make sure that you are looking down below. I want to make it as easy as possible, and most importantly, please let me know what was your favorite product discovery of the year. Sorry that this is up so late, but I hope that you all enjoyed watching. I know it's long enough to make up for my lack of uploads this week, but anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the continued love and support. All my socials gonna be down below, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.